Alright, we're recording. Hey gang, Andy here, coming at you with a video response to Grace of the Texan in Tokyo channel. Now Grace recently did a video talking about the cost of living in Japan, and I just thought I'd throw my own 2 cents and show you guys just an additional view on cost of living and stuff like that. Now keep in mind, your cost of living, if you decide to move out to Japan, may vary depending on your spending habits, eating habits, living situation, too many other variables to really get into in this video, but I'll just give you guys an idea based on my own spending habits. Now keep in mind, I am in the US military, so a lot of the majority of my spending is covered by the Navy as far as like rent and utilities and stuff like that, but we'll get to that in a sec. So running down the list here is number 1, rent. As I said before, rent is covered for me by the US Navy. So rent here in this lovely apartment is 180,000 yen a month, or about 1,800 American marca. So that's covered for by the Navy. I don't pay that out of pocket or anything like that. It's covered through BAH, also known as Basic Allowance for Housing. Overseas, it's also called OHA, which is Overseas Housing Allowance. Same thing, potato, potato, that kind of deal. Next up is utilities. Now, the Navy does pay for utilities, but only like the basic ones. You know, they're not going to pay for your phone or your internet bill or anything like that. So for the basic utilities, like gas, electric, water, sewage, that sort of deal, they do pay for it through BAS, I believe is what it's called. Basic Allowance for Sustenance, Supplies, something. Basic Allowance for something. Also known as MIHA, which is Miscellaneous Housing Allowance. So basically the bills, the utilities. So now keep in mind, these do vary depending on the weather and just your heating, cooling arrangements. You know, if you have gas-powered heaters, it's gonna, you know, raise during the winter months, and it's going to lower during the summer months, and vice versa, you know. So just for me, considering that it's winter time, January 2015, woo, the gas bill is actually a bit higher than it normally is, so it averages about 5,000 yen, or $50 American. Just, you know, keep in mind it's winter time, so it's going to be a bit higher than it normally is, which is about $30–40, I guess. So next up is electric, which is about, it fluctuates a lot, between about 11,000 yen to about 15,000 yen. I've seen it go as high as 20,000, but that's on very rare occasions. So, which, converting that to American USD, is about $110 to $150 and upwards of $200 a month. Which is actually pretty good considering, you know, it's me and 3 other roommates living here. So, you know, if it was just me by myself, that would actually be a lot lower. But all things considered, not too bad. Next up is water and sewage. Now, I believe that this is actually paid for every other month or every 3 months or so. I'm not 100% on that, but I'll have to get back to you on that later. But my last water bill was about 80,000 yen, or $80 American, so that covers, you know, water I drink, water used for cooking, bathing, that sort of thing, toilet, sewage, you know. It's not just on YouTube, I'm just saying. So yeah, there's that. And the Navy pays for rent and utilities for the most part. I think they give you like a little stipend for utilities, so yeah. Food. Now, you know, the food varies depending on what you guys like to eat. You know, depending on if you eat locally made food versus, you know, food from your home country. Just keep in mind that, you know, food from your home country that was domestic over there is considered exotic over here, so you're going to be paying higher prices. So, but for the sake of this video, I've averaged my meal price at about 700 yen, or $7 American. It's actually a lot lower than that, but just for the purposes of this video, I say $7. So keep in mind 3 meals a day for average of 30 days is about 63,000 yen a month, or about $630 American. Like I said, it's much lower than that, but for the purposes of this video, it is what it is. So yeah, just watch that, I guess. Next up is train and transportation. So I don't usually take the train to work anymore. I got a nice bicycle, so I commute to work. It's a lot faster, and I save a lot more money. So if I didn't bike to work, I would have to pay about 5,200 yen, or $52 a month, just on the train tickets going back and forth to work. So I decided to get myself a nice bike, and now I pay a whole 0 yen, or $0 American. So it saves me about 50 bucks a month or so. So, you know, I don't feel so bad spending all that money on the bike, because I pretty much recouped everything within a couple months. So yeah. Next up is phone bill. My phone, which I'm using to record right now, hi me, is a smartphone. It's a Sharp phone, whatever. I go through SoftBank, so they don't have the Galaxy, so I got like their version of the Galaxy or thereabouts. So I have a smartphone with unlimited text and data, limited talking. I think it has like 400 some minutes a month, give or take, something like that, for about 9,600 yen, or $96 American. Not too shabby. Next up is internet. Now, this also includes house internet and internet out in town. Now, one of the popular things for people out here that are just coming to Japan, either to live or just to hang out for a little bit, is to get a pocket Wi-Fi. I don't really have experience with those. I never really used them before, but here they're really popular, so be sure to check them out if you're coming out here to Japan. But anyway, for me, my internet is about 14,000 yen a month ish. I just kind of averaged it out, which is about $140 American. I also have a Y2 account, which is public Wi-Fi. A lot of the Wi-Fi out in town isn't based within the store. You have to go through like a third-party company to use the Wi-Fi. So like, you know, you can't just go to Starbucks and be like, oh hey, Starbucks, log onto the Starbucks Wi-Fi, because it's through a separate company, either through SoftBank, Y2, something like that. So I go through Y2 because that's the local company. They have them in like Starbucks, certain other restaurants and things like that. So if I'm out in town and don't want to use my data, I just log into it, and there you go. So they pay per usage, or like per day, basically, for like 6 hours or something like that now. So it's about 300 yen per 6 hours, I guess. So it's about $3 American. So not too bad. And you know, if you're in a pinch, if your data's getting kind of close to your limit, it's not too bad. So next and last on the list is entertainment. Now for me, entertainment varies between you know, maybe going out in town, going, you know, to Tokyo, Yokohama, going out buying stuff. So that part of the budget varies depending on what I'm doing. So I'm not going to put that in this video just because it's too varied. So for my basic entertainment expenses, you know, I have Netflix, I have Hulu Plus, I have Crunchyroll, and I use a VPN account for that, which is totally legit, by the way, just saying. So for Netflix and Hulu Plus, about 800 yen each, so $8 American. And Crunchyroll is a little bit more expensive. It's about 1,200 yen, or $12 American. So that's what I spend roughly a month. So yeah, that concludes my video. So yeah, this is TheAndySan. Sign up for now. Thanking you guys for tuning in to this video and my other stuff. And I also want to thank you guys for liking with the thumbs, commenting, subscribing, send a few friends to the party. And hey, as always, we'll see you next time. Catch you later, guys. Bye.